Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. I'm just here with Teddy. It's just me and Teddy today. We don't need to show that on the video, Teddy. Charlie is not here. Charlie is in Ames at Iowa State University Veterinary Hospital because we have had a bit of an emergency, haven't we, Teddy? Teddy says, that's so bad, Mom. I don't even want to look and talk about it, but get my hand out of your shirt. Okay, do you want to get, okay, lick right up the nose. Yeah, you want to get back down in your snuggly bed? There you go. This will probably just be kind of like a chatty vlog. So if you want to just sit and listen. If you don't like medical things, if you don't want to hear about dogs' private areas, this isn't the video for you. But I know a lot of you love Charlie, and I want to tell you what's going on. We're going to be okay, but bit of a story. We got to get our lip balm going here. So last week, a few times I noticed Charlie kind of sitting on his butt and he was pawing at his private area, and then he'd be fine. And they had gotten their anals expressed. So dogs have anal glands in their anus, and most dogs, when they poop, that stuff clears out. But some breeds, small breeds especially, pugs are notorious, they don't empty out on their own, and they have to be manually extracted. Now, sometimes you can push on a dog anal extractions from the outside and squirts out. They can't. The doctor needs to go in and manually do it internally. And that's just, all four of them have needed it. That's just how a lot of pugs are. So sometimes after they get their anals extracted, they will kind of, rub their bums on the floor because somebody's just had their finger in their butt. So that isn't that normal. It only happened a few times, and I thought, okay, well, maybe he's itch, and he was fine. He was drinking, eating. It was like he was going to the bathroom. Everything was fine. Sunday, I had my, family over for Thanksgiving, which was so fun. Sophie loved that keyboard. That was the star of the show. Wish I had thought to bring that up earlier, but it was in the basement. Forgot about it. She loved that thing. So I had a good time on Sunday. Sophie was playing with the dogs, and when I say playing, I mean chasing them around. She's like, Teddy! It's just like, what? Wears them all out. They all run. Anyway, but then Sunday night, all of a sudden, Charlie started going crazy, pawing at his privates, and he wanted outside. And then he'd come back in, outside again. I got to go outside. Like he's, whining, jumping, got to go outside and go to the bathroom. Of course, it's night. Everything was closed. And on a Sunday. So I was looking online, and I was reading cases of this, other people saying this about pugs. And they were saying it turned out to be a bladder infection. So I'm like, okay, bladder infections, it happens. So morning, I call the vet, say he's pawing at his privates. He wants to go out. I even said, I think probably bladder infection. And so I got an appointment to go in at 2. So 2 o'clock, take him in, they take him back. And he was back there for a very long time. And I definitely was starting to worry because, if it had just been a bladder infection, would have been probably a quick blood draw or little urine sample, and okay, yep, here's some antibiotics, let's go. They were there. He was back there for a very long time, and I just knew something was bad. Then the doctor finally came in, and she had x-rays, and I just said, oh no. And she said, yeah. And immediately I'm thinking tumor. He's got a tumor in there. He's got cancer. Doesn't have cancer. No tumor, no cancer. But what he does have are bladder stones, and they were all lined up in his little penis, urethra, whatever it's called, area. A whole line of bladder stones, plus stones in his bladder that hadn't gone to that area yet. She was shocked that he was going to the bathroom at all. She was able to extract some urine. She tried to get some of the bladder stones out, but she couldn't. This is a much more invasive area than your average vet is going to be able to deal with. And she was very concerned that this is going to be blocked. And if it's blocked, he would die. He would die. And so we need to get him somewhere, and get him somewhere yesterday. Like, it's 2 o'clock. I'm there. I need to get him somewhere where they can deal with this. Cedar Rapids would have been the closest, but the place that she said she would normally advise, they're short in their hours and they're short staffed. Cross it out. So then it's Des Moines or Ames. And I'm like, Ames for sure. Because I've been there with my first pug, Max, because he needed some surgery on his skin folds around his eyes to lift them up because they were pugs, they're their little short faces, and their skin folds can rub on their eyes. And so I've taken Max there. Teddy, just in the past few years, has been there 3 times to see the doggy dermatologist for his skin allergies. So I'm familiar with it. I know how to get there. We've been there. I really like it there. Everybody's always super, super nice. It's the best place that he could possibly go. So I'm like, absolutely, Ames. So she makes a call, comes back and says, you know, the other thing is they are open 24 hours because they have emergency there as well. So I didn't have to get there by 5 and they'd be closed. I could get there and I could get him in. She said, just so you know, they told me that it's going to be $5,000 at least. It could be up to $7,000. I'm like, I'll get it. I don't have it, but I will get it. I mean, I have credit cards. Let's just be honest. I have credit cards. I can use a credit card. I'm thankful for that because I know a lot of people don't. So I'll get it done. And so before I left, I did want to share this. Melissa, who works there, who's been with me since the beginning, she's taking care of all of my babies. She gave me this brochure for Care Credit. You go to carecredit.com. I'd never heard of this because I always used cards that had points. I mainly used my Disney Visa and I would get points to spend at Disney World. Haven't been there, but I also use those points and I just buy presents for the niece and nephews. But this is for veterinary care as well as human medical care, like dentists, and like, I think eye care and hearing aid type of care. And they take this at my vet and they take it at Ames. And so no interest if paid in full in 6 months. She said a year. I don't know if maybe that's a new rate like you get when you first sign up. But even for 6 months, to have a no interest payment, I can pay that off, is great. I mean, I'll take that. So I actually did go and apply for this. So carecredit.com. I'll try to remember to link it below if you're interested. So yeah, I think any amount over $200 gets the 6 months interest. And you do have to pay, there's a minimum monthly payment that you have to do. But anyway, so there's the financing. And I'd get it. I'd figure out a way. If I didn't get him to Ames, 2 things would have happened. Number one, he would have been completely blocked and died a terrible, painful death. Or to prevent a terrible, painful death, I would have had to put him down. So this was the only way. I got to get him to Ames. I can do it. Of course, you guys know I'm not that big of a driver. I avoid driving at night and I avoid driving in rain. What was it doing yesterday? Lashing rain. We get on the road. It's dark because it's raining so much and it's raining. But we get there. I'm like, I can do this. I took care of my dad and did a lot harder things. I can do it. We get there and they're great. You know, they get him stabilized immediately. They catheter him so that we're not going to have an issue with blockage. He's having a great time back there. They said he loves all the attention. He's looking at what's going on, playing with the other dogs. He's having the time of his life. So he's good. They're always great there because, you know, it is a teaching hospital. So you have the doctors who love what they do so much that they love to teach it. You know what I mean? So they're always like really into it. And then you have the students who are so excited to be with their career. So they're always like gung-ho and also trying to do their very best to get good grades. So, and it has there's nowhere else that would be in the world where you could take a dog that would have more. This is everything. I mean, they take care of all the pets, cats, birds, guinea pigs, I don't know. And then the next building over is for horses and cows and all the agriculture. So he is in the very best place he could possibly be. They're great there. They got him all settled, stabilized, all the things. She went over the surgery with me. So then I had to come home. Of course, now I think it was like 6 o'clock when I left, 6:30. And the way it's in Ames, which is about 30 minutes away from Des Moines. So I'm on the interstate from Ames, about 30 minutes until I have to turn onto the highway to get back to Waterloo where I live. So interstate, I get behind like a semi that's kind of slow and I'm like, fine, I'll crawl home because it's dark and it's still raining, But then when I turned onto the highway, as I got closer to Waterloo, it decided to just have a full-on storm. It's windy. It's pouring rain. And I'm just like, look at the lines. Look at the lines. I'd had 2 Fairlife protein drinks and 2 protein bars. So I'm like awake. I'm like awake. Like I got to get home to Teddy. So I kind of crawled home, but I made it home. And then let's see, I got home, and then probably like around 9:30, the veterinary student who'd been with him called me just to give me an update. He's settled, he's doing great, and let me know they'd call in the morning. Veterinary student would call me in the morning, and then the doctor would call later. So this morning about 9, veterinary student called. Again, just give me an update. He did great through the night. He's okay, he's comfortable. And then just now, it was about 11, the doctor called the surgeon, and she went through the whole thing. The catheter got all but 2 of the stones pushed back into the bladder. So great. There's 2 more in there, but she's confident she can get them back. And then it will be going in and scooping them out of the bladder. She said the bladder is a very fast healing organ. So that's great. She'll make an incision to get to the bladder, then incision in the bladder, scoop the stones out. He'll stay another night to be monitored. Of course, they go through all the things that could possibly happen. I'm like, I know. They got to tell you, infections and all the things. And plus they're pugs with their little nose. So anesthesia can be a little bit concerning, but he's been under at least, he was fixed. And then I think he's had 2 dental cleanings where they put him to sleep. Not for long, but he has been. And I feel like maybe he had something else. He's been, of all my 4 pugs that I've had, he has had the least amount of medical issues, other than being kind of chunky. And that's pugs. Pugs are notorious because they're just stout little guys anyway. And he's not very active. He's a lap dog. Teddy's good because Teddy's a little crazy and runs around all the time. But anyway, they go through all that. So she said the surgery is going to be this afternoon. And then after the surgery, at some point, she will call me back. So I'm just going to have to wait for that call and tell me everything went well. I know it will go well. And then he'll stay another night. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, hopefully, and if all things look good, I can go and bring him back home. I'm sure I will have to probably take him back again for like post-op. And then she was talking about the stones themselves, because once they got a stone and they can, look at it, biopsy it, whatever, find out what caused it. My doctor, and they were telling me, sometimes it's just genetics. They said Frenchies are notorious for these things. But she thinks it is the type that a prescription diet would help prevent. So a wet prescription diet to prevent them from forming in the first place. If it's a female dog, they said female dogs can, there's more room. There's more room down there to, male dogs, it's got to go through the, and it gets stuck. So, last night, of course, I'm going through all the worst case scenarios. What if I hadn't taken him in? What if I just brushed it off? Oh, he's fine. And then it had blocked it. And, go through all the worst case scenarios. But I'm like, stop it. He's fine. I'm always on top of their health. Got him into the vet. We got to the best place he could be. He's being well cared for. He's going to be fine. So that's what's going on now. I don't know that I'll get much work done today because I'm just so distracted thinking about him. And Teddy's doing great. Teddy always just stays. It's so weird when there's just one here, which isn't often, only if there's something medical. But he's just been quiet. He was kind of looking for Charlie last night. He got up on the couch on the back and was like, is he around here? But he's just sticking close to me. As always, he loves to just be near me. So he's doing okay. And just, waiting game. So yeah, that is what has been going on. But I did get an eBay order, and my entire eBay store is now 45% off. They just try to clear out the rest of everything. And I might try to do, I don't know that I can get any work done today. I'm so distracted, but that is what is going on. Again, look into this care credit if you have pets or you need any kind of medical help. Because like I said, other places will take it. So if you're looking for, financing, you don't have insurance or something, this might be an option. So I'm thankful for that. But that is the update. And I will update here after I hear from the vet. Hopefully it won't be too long after surgery. When she said afternoon, I mean, that could be 3. So whenever his surgery is, so I'll be back and let you know the update. But good thoughts, and I know he's gonna be okay. It's 4:30. Surgeon just called. Surgery was a success. He did really well. It took like 45 minutes, and now they're just kind of gently letting him wake up, come out of everything, being monitored. So they got all the stones out, and they'll biopsy them, make sure, see if there was anything else in them and what the plan will be. But all does okay tonight. They're still going to call me later tonight, and then they'll call me in the morning if he can come home tomorrow, and then I can go and pick him up. I'm so relieved. I was trying to stay busy. Like, I cleaned and played with Teddy, obviously. I tried to do a little work, but I couldn't focus. Yeah, I'm so relieved. So yeah, Charlie is doing well, and hopefully we'll be home tomorrow. So that's just kind of going to wrap up this vlog. Again, I just wanted to just chat and tell you what was going on, but hopefully things will get back to normal here soon, and that I can bring him home tomorrow, I'm hoping. So anyway, hopefully the next vlog will be a little bit more fun. I'm sure Charlie will be home, and that will make everything better. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this short little chatty video all about Charlie. I know you guys all love him too. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. So bye.